Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a long time since I've been able to shoot on a proper camera. If you can guess what camera we're shooting this video on, please leave it down in the comments below. But this is a very big moment for us. Our channel reached 10,000 subscribers about a week ago, and I'm ecstatic. I'm very excited to see how much support there is for the channel and for transit, and the truth is that I was excited when I hit 200 subscribers all those years ago, and I'm excited now reaching 10,000. But what I think I'm most excited about is the future, and not just reaching more subscribers, but reaching more people and being able to talk to more people about transit and why it matters, and talking about how we can make our transit and our cities better. Because I think at the end of the day, the reason I created this channel in the first place was because I wasn't happy with the way my city was, and I wasn't happy with the way many cities are. And I think that it's only through dialogue and through talking about it that we can make transit and cities better. So it's super exciting that we were able to reach this milestone, and I have lots of exciting news to talk to you about. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to mention is that I'm currently wearing an SFU, or Simon Fraser University sweater. SFU is a really nice university in Vancouver, British Columbia. They have a campus on top of Burnaby Mountain, the destination of the Burnaby Mountain Gondola, as well as downtown and in Surrey, where I'm kind of originally from. Now, SFU is a great school, and I was actually planning on doing my Master's of Urban Studies at SFU. This was earlier this year, and it has been a hectic year. If you've noticed, we've actually moved several times this year, by my count 8, which is actually unbelievable, but life has been hectic, COVID, etc. It's been very stressful and tiring, but I've been happy to continue to make videos about various topics across Metro Vancouver. Now, that being said, if you've been looking at my Instagram posts recently, you might notice that, well, I'm not in Metro Vancouver anymore. That's because it turns out that our trip to Calgary wasn't really a trip to Calgary, it was a trip to Toronto with Calgary as a stopping point. Now, visiting Calgary was absolutely awesome, but you're probably interested in why I moved to Toronto and why I'm back in this city. The truth is, as I've said in many videos, Toronto is the place to be if you're interested in public transit in Canada. While the Montreal REM and the Ottawa O-Train expansions are exciting, they're kind of singular or a set of projects, but Toronto's transit expansion is just far more far-reaching. We have currently under construction 3 LRT lines in Toronto. We have planned at least 2 or 3 more. We have extensions planned to Ion, we have GO expansion, we have at least 10 GO stations being totally redone right now, we have new electric buses being procured, we have new streetcars being procured, we have streetcar expansions being planned, we have new transit terminals being built in various locations, including in downtown Toronto, which is very cool. Toronto is just the place to be if you're interested in public transit in Canada, and I'm super excited to be back. Now, what actually specifically drew me to Toronto is a transit-adjacent job opportunity. I won't say too much more about that today, other than the fact that I'm super excited to be working more in the area, and honestly, I think that it's great work, and I think that public transit, as you guys know, is one of the most fundamental things that we have to work on in the 21st century to solve so many of the problems that we face as a world. Now, I have to go and take a little break from my long dialogue to plug my social media. Given the fact that I have 10,000 subscribers, it feels pitiful to say that I have less than 500 Twitter followers and less than 500 followers on Instagram. So if you're not already, please consider going and following me on Instagram and Twitter. I post lots of updates, news. You would have known I'm in Toronto early, potentially, if you were following me over on Instagram. But it's just really appreciated if you guys go and follow me over there if you use those services, because it's good to have more methods of communication. I do want to also say a huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who have supported us, many of them for a very long time. You guys really help us operate this channel and produce video content, and we super appreciate it. And we hope to continue to kind of elevate our game when it comes to Patreon, so that we're providing a really good experience for our patrons, because we appreciate all you guys do for us. I also want to say a huge shout out to our Discord community. It has over 300 people in it now, and it's just really cool to have a place where people can talk about transit around the world in the scope of the channel. We have channels literally talking about every continent except for Antarctica, various cities, regions, etc. Now, if you don't see a region or city that you're very interested in on the channel right now, that's probably because you're not on it talking about it yet. So if you hop on the Discord and start chatting about your favorite cities, if it turns out that there's major conversations to be had, we're always willing to add channels and talk about new topics there. And so it's just great. It's really cool to see people talking about various different projects from both other countries and other cities, and seeing what local transit looks like in other places. And so we definitely encourage people to go and join on the Discord server. It's a great place to hear from us about our latest videos and some behind the scenes stuff, as well as kind of talk as a community. Now, to kind of close this video out, I have a lot of big plans for videos, but since I am in Toronto, I do need to find a place to live. So I think that this is going to segue us into some topics I'm very interested in talking about, which is kind of housing and living near transit and trying to figure out the best place to live. I made decisions in Vancouver pretty quickly and somewhat spur of the moment, and I hope in Toronto the process can be a bit more refined and I can make some videos talking about where I live, how I decided where I wanted to live, what the transit access is like, what I think transit has to do with where people live in general, and that sort of thing. I've also got lots of other videos planned, but if you have suggestions for video topics you'd like to see, leave them down below. Of course, we're going to continue with our regular series like Station Focus and Vehicles of Transit, which I'm sorry I haven't made a video in that series for quite a while. It's something I'm actually quite interested in doing. Of course, Demystified and Future Of will also continue, though they'll probably be on hold for a bit while we're trying to get ourselves sorted and relocated into Toronto and found a place to live. But those series will come back in earnest quite shortly, I think. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the support. 10,000 subscribers feels absolutely massive, and I'm very excited to be back in Toronto. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.